And welcome back, Guardians. Okay, so I just got back from YouTube land, Meta, where my feed was basically just kind of filled up with a bunch of Destiny players, saying goodbye and complaining about the lack of content, complaining about the lack of engagement, complaining about all kinds of things about the game. Like it's not, that they've all done, like they've done it all. There's nothing left to do. And I'm like, well, that's fine. I mean, you must also be super exciting to play chess with or poker or you know I don't know, Monopoly, or checkers. I mean, how bored can you be? How easily bored can you become that you see the game as just these components, that there's more to this than really the sum of its parts? I mean, that's just kind of, not to be an armchair philosopher here with 5 minute motivational speakings, but you know Destiny might not be the sandbox that, say, a game like Conan or Minecraft might be. It might not be the wide-reaching MMORPG like Elder Scrolls or World of Warcraft could be, or Final Fantasy 14. Um, there might not be, the ongoing pop culture cross references that Fortnite has, which I think is a lot of the reason why Fortnite is as popular as it is, because it's got this broad reaching, licensing that it goes on constantly. Right now, they're doing a Marvel Universe spin in their battle royales. I did play for all of, I think, 5 minutes this afternoon. I got to like 23rd because I did not time my jump properly. We all know how bad of a jumper I am in any game. Um, and I missed the zip line. So fall damage is an exceptionally real thing in the game, and there is no res. So I mean, there is that. Now, on that note, I mean, if you can look past the cosmetics of Fortnite, uh, you can pretty much still achieve a Fortnite kind of experience in Destiny. It's just that, if you get your character killed, go to orbit. Self-imposed nightfall rules from the early D1 days. Um, why don't I play D1? Because, well, D2 is a superior experience. If I'm going to play a game, if I'm going to choose between D1 and D2, I'm going to pick D2. It's not just because it flows better than D1 did, or that has more connectivity to the game space than D1 does, because it does. It just, there's also better gear in the D2 meta than there is in the D1 meta. I mean, I go on and on about how much I miss Patience and Time and Ass Breaker and Super Good Advice, and it's possible that those weapons will find their way into D2 if Bungie can stop firing people. I mean, excuse me, laying them off. There might actually be some brains left behind to take care of it. Because that's the thing is that you know Destiny almost immediately became a creature of the players when it came out, and it will always be it will always be a child of the players more than it is a child of Bungie Studios. Bungie sits there and they pull the levers and push the buttons and type in the numbers, but it's the players who make Destiny what Destiny is. And if the players, by and large, these 2%ers that are on YouTube and Twitch, bitching and whining about how there's nothing left to do in the game, get their way, it's going to influence the people who hand Bungie money, unfortunately. And I mean, I've been free to play for the last 3 years, not simply because I don't find any value in the cosmetics, but really I have not found any interest into complete the campaigns. I'm still halfway through Neomuna. I don't know how much farther I have to go in that campaign, and I really personally don't give a fuck. And I am here right now playing Crucible. And why? Because it's fun to do. I like watching the other players play. I like seeing how people solve the problems and what kind of solutions they bring to the game. What's the weapon choices? What's the gear choices? What's the subclass choices? Where do you put yourself on the map? Where are you applying pressure? How are you supporting those people, those players who are applying pressure? Do you pick a wingman and go with them, even though you're the rando from their perspective? Uh, do you run off on your own and lone wolf it all the way through and just, be you know, just play that way. I mean, there's so many ways to engage in this game that go just beyond the whole, oh, beat this boss, complete this mission, collect this gear. That's really not the point of it. I mean, I know gamers who have been playing Hero Quest since the originals, and they play Hero Quest pretty regularly, even the updated one, even the newer ones from Hasbro. And it's like, what's engaging about Hero Quest? Most of it is because they're playing with people they like being with. Um, I used to play Magic the Gathering all the time, and for a while I felt that the value of playing Magic the Gathering was in playing it competitively, and so I immersed myself in the tournament circuit. And I'll have to tell you that my enjoyment of the game of Magic the Gathering suffered excessively because of the tournament pressures. Because I was only looking at a card's value under the current meta, and Magic the Gathering is one of those game states that is so volatile and so transient that what's meta in this local tournament scene this weekend will be completely garbage. In a little less than 2 weeks, and it could be completely non-existent in any town nearby. Um, Fortunately, though, now because of the internet and because the massive connective tissue of social media and the way that Wizards of the Coast is supporting their tournament circuits, pretty much every shop right now is going to be playing tournament style kind of games. So if you really want a bite of that hyper competitive environment, it's there. You can find it now. Back when I was playing, it was kind of hard to get hold of. That guy just totally survived. HD Hulk. Which one? I bet he's got like a resilience of 7. Oh wow, 10. That's actually pretty respectable. So yeah, so when I sit down to play Destiny, I'm not just playing it as someone grinding through content, collecting gear. I've collected my playing pieces. I've gotten my set, if you will. Um, as I mentioned so many times before, these are the weapons I'm playing with until something better comes along or there's a new craftable that takes my attention away for a while. Like, for a long time, I made the Warden's Law my focus. So I played lots and lots of Vanguard. And I got back into actually enjoying playing Vanguard Ops and Nightfalls, which I had fallen out of the interest of because I just didn't feel any value in there. But, this is the thing, is that you got to make the game yours in your own way. If you still like playing Destiny, if what keeps you in Destiny goes beyond the loot or the in-game progression or whatever else, if it's just the play, for me it is. For me, it's just the play of the game. I mean, I'm one of those that I think it's kind of like the same reason why I enjoy golf at all of its levels, all the way across the table to mini golfing with the funky little, sculptures and goofy courses. Uh, I'm not, deep into it, the culture. I couldn't name you any 3 pros currently holding any titles of any kind. I couldn't dissect the jargon that you throw at me. If you were to start talking golf jargon at me, I'd be looking at you like, whatever. I'm not a jargon person. I try to stay away from it only because I want my ideas to be received as clearly as possible. And the idea that I really want to make here is that, you know, the people who have made a living off of playing this game, they're scratching their heads and wondering what the fuck to do now, because the game is getting into that weird chess state, um, and yeah, there's a song from the actual play, the Broadway play Chess. There's a line in it that says that each game of chess means there's one less strategy to surprise your opponents with, or something. It's more or less like that, and that's true. Each game of chess does eliminate a certain strategy that you can have mystery with and surprise with. But then again, I mean, going back to the idea of role playing games, tabletop role playing games like Dungeons and Dragons, I've been playing the Keep on the Borderland and the Caves of Chaos since it came out. Since I got my copy in 1980 something with the Moldvay Basic red box, or magenta box actually. Well, I call it red box, but that actually is magenta in color. Um, And it doesn't matter how many times I play through the Caves of Chaos. I still have fun. So why did I deinstall ESO this afternoon? Because I realized that because I am playing more tabletop fantasy adventure games solo and with my family, I don't really feel the connection. That's kind of cool. I don't feel the connection to an MMORPG like Elder Scrolls. It's not where I want to be. And that's that. Let's gonna finish up this match here, guys. We got 3.5 minutes. Come on, let's do something. I should probably switch out guns because I don't have the rate of fire to support my very, very lazy play right now. You gotta, okay, dude. I like dancing too, but come on, unless you're topless, it's not gonna be fun. Here we go. Let's make a point. Somebody's winging me. That's nice. Oh, nope, they branched. So how are we gonna? Okay, we're gonna go pincer. Oh, I see what you're doing. This is awesome. We got this now. So yeah, but that's I think that's why I come back here nearly every day and stream a little bit, and it's not like long drawn videos. It's about an activity's worth of time, which is about 15, 20 minutes. I would love to see Destiny go into a shorter playlist, a shorter timed. hmm, Oh, what's the phrasing I'm trying to find here? I'd like to have less. I'd like to invest less time in playing the game and more time in enjoying the game. Uh, I don't think that 12-minute PvP matches, even 6v6, is very elegant. I don't think that's jargon, so I apologize. But you understand what I'm talking about. It's like that balance between efficiency and aesthetics. That's what elegance is in games. You have to have that kind of balance. Otherwise, what you got is just a dry piece of meat like Concord. No offense. I played Concord. I did the open beta, and I hated it. It was so dry. The character animations were quaint. Um, Heavy, heavy nods to the Guardians of the Galaxy kind of situation, and that's fine because I'm a fan of Guardians. The cinematic Guardians, actually, I'll be very clear. I'm not too much a fan of the comic book Guardians. Um, I did pick them up when they first came out ages ago, but honestly, yeah, wasn't really a big wasn't a deal for me kind of thing. I was busy reading things like Aliens and Judge Dredd and Rogue Trooper, that kind of stuff. Heavy Metal magazine, but okay. So yeah, Concord had a nice idea. It really did, but I think it leaned too heavy into its arena and not enough into its narrative. And that's kind of the thing. I chuckle every time somebody talks about the story of Destiny is done. Well, I hate to tell you this, guys, but the story in Destiny is both done and not even close to finishing, because the story in Destiny is the story of Destiny. It's the story of this, post Golden Age survivalism that you have going on here. I mean, Destiny could go that way. It could go into a sandbox survival MMORPG, especially if they allow us to do more crafting, like with our armors and stuff, or give us actual functionality in our sparrows beyond just getting from point A to point B, like I don't know, rocket mounting or something like that. Uh, Letting us do something with our jump ships, like some kind, like we have to clear the asteroid fields, do this, and get X resources, kind of situation. Oh fuck, we lost. Oh well. But anyway, that's gonna wrap it up here, kids. So yeah, go ahead and feed those wolves out there that are talking constantly about how badly the game has become, and what's going to happen in the future. And that's really all it comes down to: is nobody knows what's happening. Bungie doesn't even know what the fuck is happening right now. Right now, they're trying to consolidate and conserve resources. You can't fault them for that. Um, but it would be nice if there was a clear vision for the confidence to to stick it out. But I mean, I don't know. Destiny has felt like the empty playground for me for a very long time though, which is how I developed my little pockets of play that I do here. So I don't know. I hope that helps. Hope that helps get some perspective. Maybe give you some kind of foundation upon which you can build your own engagement with Destiny. I'd like to see what people would do in a game that is more or less settled into a routine or a mode very similar to that of like Monopoly or chess. Um, it'd be kind of fun, but I mean, shit, dude. Even in chess, no two games are really the same. I don't let it be. Anyway, until next time, be well, play nice, and thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it.